The raging wildfires in Western Canada have wiped out more than 2 million acres of land in Alberta.
There are 110 active fires in Quebec.
Declared the worst year ever for wildfires in Canada.
And the smoke from those wildfires, again, drifting into our part of the country. This is what it looked like in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Now, there are probably quite a few of you guys who, like your boy here, have been dealing with the pollution from the forest fires and just the really dry freaking weather that we've been having for the past couple of weeks here in the US. Not that many people are prepared for things like this and don't really know how to cope with it or what to do in it. And it doesn't even really just have to be a situation like with the wildfires. It could be any sort of different type of survival situation or emergencies from, a buttload of debris falling around you or buildings crashing, etc. You don't want to inhale that stuff, right? So in this video today, that's exactly what I'm teaching you guys how to prepare for and what all you guys can get and even carry on you, so that way when these things happen, you can be prepared for it. But before we go ahead and get into that though, cue intro. So in these type of survival situations, having a way to deal with it is very, very handy, especially in situations where it's going to last more than, a couple of hours or a couple of days even. You definitely want to be prepared because inhaling a lot of debris or pollution, just really dirty air is not very good for you at all. And I can definitely speak for that from experience because I didn't feel too good over the past 2 days from one, inhaling air on the day when it was arguably the worst pollution levels, and that was just for a little bit. I sat there and held my breath and everything else where I could. I had to do deliveries for my part-time job so I can make money, you feel me? Your boy ended up feeling pretty sick later that day and not too good mentally. I was just kind of out of it a little bit and dazed, and it just was not a fun time. Then yesterday, same thing happened tonight. I just got a stomach ache out of nowhere. It's not like anything bad or anything out of the normal, I was exposed to a decent amount of freaking rain and all of that, and all that came down was acid rain from all the pollution that had been filtering through the air and everything like that. It all got absorbed up into the rain clouds, and that all just came back down on us and made it a lot easier for people to, absorb it into their skin. And that was even with me having a jacket on. So pretty serious stuff, you feel me? So you definitely want to be protected from it. We're going to teach you guys how to be protected from it from the air aspect, or like the flying debris and all of that, just being a normal everyday person. Now, you guys are probably wondering, what exactly can I use to protect myself from pollutants or like harmful chemicals and smoke that's in the air? Well, there are a couple things you can do. If you're like quite a few people and you're broke and you want to use something around the house, you can use the old-fashioned way, which is just, a nice old bandana, and they can be helpful, you feel me? You're not going to be as well off as if, you used a mask with a carburetor on it or anything like that. But nonetheless, though, they still can help filter out a decent amount. You just got to make sure it's nice and tight, but, just basically tight around your face like so, you feel me? And I make sure to tuck in all the sides and everything like that. And honestly, if it's really bad, get like duct tape or something if you can, and tape, the seams of like your shirt and vice versa, any points where air could leak in at, because like the sides, you can make it pretty tight so you don't really have to worry about that too much, where like air seeping in. Like I said, not the best way to do it, but it's definitely a way to help prevent it, and it's pretty, cheap. It's not really expensive to buy a bandana. You literally can go to places like Hobby Lobby and get them for $1 a piece, if not even cheaper in other places. Like I said, it's a way. Then the next way to do this and to help prevent, airborne pathogens, particles, etc., from, being inhaled into the body is going to be the just really affordable way to do it, honestly, but it's significantly better than just using a bandana, considering the fact you can get a 2-pack for like $10, or you can be like me, I grabbed an 18-pack, which that actually might be outside by now, honestly, unless the Amazon packages are still late getting here, which has happened the past couple times. Anyways, though, they have breathable pieces to help go through so you can breathe nice and easily, and they have a filtration system built into the front so you're not breathing in the toxic chemicals. And it's also, you know, I don't know, a lot more comfortable, I feel like, than the bandanas can be too. But that is going to be the N95 masks, like these. Now, these are very commonly used in professions such as car detailing, construction, carpentry working, and a variety of other different jobs as well too, but these are the ones they are most well known for, and they're pretty good at filtering out particles and stuff like that. They're the standard ones that people do use, and they got some pretty nifty ways of working now and ways to keep, you know, your face decently cool, kind of like this one where it's got a little flap right up here, basically opens and closes, you know, let in some air, you feel me, as to like one of the standard ones with no like flat piece on them. Way better, and it does help you keep a little bit cooler because these bitches do get fucking hot shit. This one even gets hot. Then basically all you gotta do to put one of these guys on is get one hand, put it through, you know, the loops between the mask and the back of the straps, then, you know, kind of pull it back over your head and line it up. Then you make sure you have one along like the baseline of your neck and the other above your ears so it holds it nice and straight. Then fold the nose clip to the shape of your nose, and what you want to do next is do a negative check. So cusp your hands around the mask, around like the corners and everything like that, and check and see if there's any air leaking by doing, you know, deep breath in and out. If you feel it anywhere else around the mask, aside from, you know, where the ventilation piece is around the front, that means you have air holes or like areas where air is going to leak out. These type of masks generally are made for one-time use. At least that's what the box says. There's been quite a number of studies. There's small studies though where they tested the durability of these. There's a few that came back that actually showed, you know, that masks work even 10 years after they say, hey, you know, they stop working by, because generally they're good for about 5, but they even lasted 10 years. They work just fine with air quality tests on them, and some of them even you would wear these for 30 days and they'd still work just the same as the first day, you feel me? Maybe the only thing is between the 10-year difference, like durability for effectiveness versus the 5 is like a 1% difference, or like a 0.1%, but pretty effective nonetheless though. So I mean, you can keep buying new ones if you want to be for sure, or do a little bit of research and see how you feel about reusing them. I don't think reusing them a couple times is going to be too bad. You just have to be aware that it might decrease the durability or the quality of it, especially if you don't store them properly in places under 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, you know, you also have like the actual painter's mask with the 2 carburetor pieces on the side. These are good for multiple uses. Some of them can be pretty cheap, but you can spend a little bit more money and they generally are worth it. They be ones you see heavily in like car detailing. They're a pretty solid choice overall and definitely worth the money, I feel like. Speaking of being worth the money, the first and like the honest to God biggest thing I'm going to suggest you guys get, it does cost a little bit of money, but it is a very worthwhile investment. It's going to be the military grade versions, which is the military preferred Avon M50 masks. They are pretty durable and have a comfortable seal from what I've been reading. They're pretty dependable. It's no wonder why, you know, the US military happens to prefer them. It makes a lot of logical sense, seeing as to all the like different things they have to deal with, whether it's debris, tear gas, chemicals, etc., you know. And a lot of them are pretty good for nuclear fallouts as well too, because of how much filtration they do. Now, while it is $350 or like at least $200 or above, depending where you get it from, that's the price I saw on eBay, was $350 some odd dollars. And again, can't say I'm shocked because it's military grade, and you get what you pay for with that stuff when it comes to, you know, combat gear. So it's definitely gonna filter out a lot of shit that you wouldn't get from a painter's mask or the N95 masks for sure. So if I was to, you know, have to recommend one that's going to be the best overall and very worthwhile if you save up for it, it'd be the Avon M50, or ones that are better than it, like the Mira CM6M. Those are pretty good, and they're also very durable too. Also have a bit bigger of a window for viewing, but nonetheless though, they're very worthwhile investment, especially when it comes to survival or emergency type situations. But if you guys want something that's nice and budget based, my recommendation is going to be the N95s. I got a box of these ones without the filter piece, or like the flat piece on it, for about 20 bucks on Amazon. It's Indiana Face Mask Company, but they will do the job just fine. If you want a little bit more protection, recommend doing, you know, the actual like painter's masks or like the chemical based masks. And if you want the best protection and you're not opposed to, you know, saving up money or spending a little bit more, definitely go for the military grade Avons, because heavily fucking worth it. But that's gonna be it for us today though, my dudes. If you did make it to the end of this video, go and leave the word gas in the comment section down below to let me know that you made it to the end, that you guys are part of the 100% club. But hopefully you guys enjoy this and found it to be somewhat educational on what to get for situations like these when there's wildfires or just crummy air quality, you feel me, full of pollution and bad things you don't want to get into your system. As usual too, if you guys did enjoy, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me whenever you guys do this, and it also helps to get us further up in that YouTube algorithm, so let other people know how to, you know, thrive and survive for themselves, and just teach them how to live independently of these shitty and corrupt systems that a lot of us happen to live in. But that's gonna be it though, my dudes. Feel free to join us live every Wednesday and Friday on stream over on the main YouTube or Twitch for Pokemon Unite, me raging on teammates for being stupid, dark humored memes, Tears of the Kingdom, and a buttload of other good stuff. We'd always love to have more people in there, you know, the more the merrier. Until next time though, my dudes, please don't forget to live long and prosper, take care and peace, keep it 1,000,000% real, and as always, fuck the system. I will see you guys on the flip side. Yo!